What if everything you've been told about managing diabetes and heart health was only part of the picture? Not a day goes by without someone over 60 walking into my office, holding a lab report, eyes filled with quiet concern. Not panic, but something heavier. Worry, fatigue, resignation. They've tried the medications, they've cut the sugar, they've walked the neighborhood loop 1,000 times. And yet, the numbers don't move. The blood sugar stays stubborn. The cholesterol creeps upward. The energy continues to drain away. I once sat across from a retired bus mechanic named George. He was 67. "Doc," he said with a half-smile, "I guess it's downhill from here, huh?" But I leaned in gently and told him something I want you to hear today. It's not downhill. You've just been fighting with half your tools. Because while medications and walking matter, what you put on your plate every day has the power to either keep your condition stuck or finally set healing in motion. And sometimes healing begins with the simplest thing in your kitchen drawer. That's what today's story is about. One unassuming ingredient, the red onion, that, when prepared the right way, becomes a powerhouse for reversing insulin resistance, lowering cholesterol, and restoring healthy blood flow. But before I hand you that recipe, let me walk you through why it works, so that when you do start using it, you won't just believe it's helpful, you'll know it. Together, we'll explore the science, the natural healing foods that support it, and finally, the step-by-step formula that's already changed lives in my clinic. Let's start where change always begins, with one small, deliberate step. When George returned for his follow-up 3 weeks later, something was different. His numbers had shifted, not dramatically, but steadily. His blood sugar curve was gentler. His blood pressure had dipped slightly. And more than that, he looked lighter, like his body was no longer fighting him every hour of the day. And the only thing he'd changed? A simple sauté he made every other day. This wasn't a supplement. It wasn't a prescription. It was a handful of ingredients he already had in his kitchen. And it started with the red onion. Now let me show you exactly how this works, and why I call it one of the most powerful food as medicine tools for anyone over 60 battling blood sugar and cardiovascular issues. At the center is red onion, a vibrant root bulb packed with quercetin, a plant compound shown to reduce inflammation inside arteries, support better circulation, and even improve insulin sensitivity. It doesn't act like a sugar blaster. It works slowly, training your metabolism to respond better over time. Then we add turmeric, one of nature's most celebrated anti-inflammatories. It contains curcumin, which not only helps stabilize blood sugar, but also protects the delicate linings of your blood vessels from oxidative stress, the silent trigger of heart disease. But curcumin needs help. That's where a pinch of black pepper comes in. It boosts your body's absorption of curcumin by over 2,000%, turning a good recipe into a great one. And we don't stop there. A tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil gives your cells the healthy fats they crave. It cushions your arteries, supports your heart, and allows these ingredients to be delivered directly where they're needed most. Want to take it even further? A teaspoon of apple cider vinegar slows how quickly sugar enters your bloodstream, reducing those after-meal spikes that wear out your pancreas. To make it, gently sauté one thinly sliced red onion in a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil over low heat. After 3 to 4 minutes, when the onion softens, stir in a teaspoon of turmeric, a pinch of black pepper, and that optional splash of apple cider vinegar. Let it cook for another 1 to 2 minutes, just until fragrant. Don't rush it. This isn't fast food. It's slow medicine. Eat it warm, over greens or grains. Add it to salads, toast, or soups. George liked it over brown rice with steamed kale. You might find your own rhythm, but what matters is consistency. Because when used 3 to 4 times per week, this one recipe can help retrain your body, softening the spikes, smoothing the flow of blood, and awakening the quiet healing your system has been waiting for. Now that you have the recipe, you might wonder, why does your body even need help in the first place? Let's take a moment to understand what's really happening inside you, because healing starts with clarity. By the time most people notice the signs, numb feet, creeping fatigue, a blood test that sends a silent jolt, the damage is already well underway. But it didn't start overnight. It started quietly, years ago, with a slow shift inside the body. Here's the truth many patients never hear. Your blood sugar problems aren't just about sugar. They're about inflammation, tiny fires in your blood vessels that smolder day after day. They're about metabolic confusion, when your body no longer hears the signals of insulin. And most of all, they're about how your cells respond to what you feed them. Think of your arteries as garden hoses. At first, the water flows freely, but over time, sediment builds up, cholesterol, plaque, cellular debris, the flow slows, pressure builds, and eventually, something bursts or blocks. Now imagine pouring something clean, gentle, and nourishing into that hose. Not just once, but daily. Something that removes buildup, cools inflammation, and retrains the system from the inside out. That's what food can do. But not just any food. You need foods that are rich in fiber to slow sugar absorption. You need foods that fight inflammation at the cellular level. And you need nutrients that support the delicate lining of your blood vessels, making them flexible and resilient again. This isn't about cutting carbs or counting calories. It's about adding the right allies to your plate, consistently, confidently, and intentionally. Now, let's look at the 15 foods I recommend most often to patients who are ready to reclaim their blood sugar and cardiovascular health, starting with the ones that bring immediate metabolic calm. Black beans. The black bean might seem humble, but inside each spoonful is a formula designed by nature to defend your pancreas. It's rich in soluble fiber, which slows down how fast sugar enters your bloodstream, flattening out those exhausting spikes after meals. And its plant-based protein provides lasting energy, without the crash. More importantly, black beans are low on the glycemic index. That means your body can digest them slowly, giving your insulin system a break from the constant emergency mode. Pair them with brown rice, and you've got a complete protein that keeps your metabolism grounded and steady. In my clinic, I've seen patients switch from white rice dishes to black bean-based meals and see remarkable improvements in just weeks. Your body doesn't need extreme change. It just needs consistent support. Oats are one of the most underrated blood sugar tools in your pantry. Thanks to beta-glucans, a special kind of soluble fiber, oats create a soft gel in your gut that slows glucose absorption and binds to bad cholesterol. This dual-action support, lower blood sugar and lower cholesterol, is a rare combination. And that's not all. Oats are rich in antioxidants that soothe inflamed blood vessels and protect against oxidative stress, which quietly damages your heart over time. A warm bowl of unsweetened oatmeal, some chopped nuts, or even a spoonful of oats blended into a smoothie. These small additions build a strong foundation for your metabolic future. Strawberries. Sweet and scarlet, strawberries feel like a treat, but they're a powerhouse in disguise. Despite their flavor, they have a low glycemic index, meaning they won't spike your blood sugar the way most fruits do. Inside each berry, anthocyanins go to work, natural antioxidants that reduce internal inflammation and support the lining of your blood vessels. One of my patients, Lisa, 64, started eating a handful every morning instead of sugary yogurt. Not only did her morning glucose improve, but her energy stayed more consistent throughout the day. And when you choose organic, you're giving your body the purest version of this gift from nature, uncompromised, unburdened, and deeply nourishing. Apple with skin. An apple a day? That old saying still holds weight, especially when you keep the skin on. The secret lies in pectin, a gel-forming fiber that slows sugar absorption, binds to cholesterol, and helps detoxify the digestive tract. But the real magic is in the skin. That's where you'll find quercetin, the same compound that makes red onion so powerful. It's a natural anti-inflammatory that protects the inner lining of your arteries and helps your body respond better to insulin. Whether it's sliced into a salad, blended into a smoothie, or eaten as a simple snack, an apple with the skin on is one of the gentlest, most effective ways to keep your sugar in check, without ever feeling restricted. Garlic. There's a reason garlic has been used medicinally for centuries. When crushed and left to sit for 10 minutes, garlic releases a lysine, a powerful compound that acts as a natural vasodilator, relaxing your blood vessels, reducing blood pressure, and improving circulation. But garlic also affects insulin. Studies show it enhances insulin sensitivity and helps lower both fasting blood sugar and cholesterol. One of my favorite ways to use it? Raw, mixed into yogurt or hummus, or gently sautéed with greens for a flavorful healing meal. Even small amounts used daily can deliver compounding benefits over time. The key is consistency, not quantity. Yam. Often overlooked, yams are one of the best carbohydrate sources for anyone with diabetes. Why? Because they digest slowly, releasing glucose in a gentle, controlled way that doesn't shock your system. But their benefits go beyond blood sugar. Yams contain diosgenin, a plant steroid with strong anti-inflammatory properties that help reduce swelling in blood vessels. That's vital for improving circulation and reducing pressure on the heart. They're also high in vitamin B6, which supports mood, sleep, and hormone balance. Essential for healing the whole person, not just the numbers. Boiled, roasted, mashed, or sliced into stews, yams bring warmth, grounding energy, and long-term support for your entire metabolic system. Kale. Among all leafy greens, kale holds a special place for people with prediabetes or heart disease. It's not just about the vitamins, it's about the soluble fiber, which binds with cholesterol in your gut and helps escort it out of the body before it ever reaches your bloodstream. What makes kale exceptional is its content of sulforaphane, a compound that activates your body's own internal detox system. That means it helps flush out inflammatory molecules and repair damaged cells lining your arteries. And then there's vitamin K, essential for preventing calcium buildup in blood vessels, one of the silent contributors to arterial stiffness. Kale doesn't need to be complicated. A few handfuls sautéed with garlic, blended into a morning smoothie, or tossed raw into a lemon-dressed salad can start rewiring your system from the inside. Almonds. When it comes to snacking with a purpose, almonds are one of my top prescriptions. Their monounsaturated fats support healthy HDL cholesterol while lowering the harmful LDL. That alone makes them a smart heart protector. But almonds don't stop there. They're rich in magnesium, a mineral involved in over 300 metabolic processes, including blood sugar regulation and vascular tone. And they also offer a good dose of vitamin E, which acts like a shield against oxidative stress in your artery walls. I recommend a small handful of unsalted raw almonds each day. It's a tiny shift that helps keep your arteries clear, your sugar stable, and your cravings in check. Walnuts. Unlike most nuts, walnuts are uniquely high in omega-3 fatty acids, the kind that helps reduce triglycerides, lower inflammation, and improve endothelial function, which is how blood vessels expand and contract. They also offer selenium, a potent antioxidant that protects your cells from oxidative aging, and magnesium, further enhancing insulin sensitivity. Patients who make walnuts part of their afternoon routine often tell me they feel calmer, more satisfied, and less prone to blood sugar crashes. A few whole walnuts between lunch and dinner can stabilize your system more effectively than many energy bars or processed snacks. Purple grapes. The darker the grape, the deeper its power. Purple grapes, especially with skin and seeds intact, contain resveratrol, a plant compound that not only reduces LDL oxidation, a major cause of plaque buildup, but also relaxes blood vessels, improving circulation naturally. This fruit also contains anthocyanins and flavonoids, which support flexible arteries, protect the brain, and help fight inflammation in blood vessel walls. I often suggest patients eat them whole, raw, and organic whenever possible. Even a small daily handful can gently lower blood pressure, while offering a sweet moment of healing the body won't forget. Orange with pulp. You might already love oranges, but it's the pulp, not the juice, that makes them powerful. That fibrous mesh slows down sugar absorption and helps bind cholesterol inside your gut. Beyond that, oranges are rich in hesperidin, a citrus flavonoid that improves endothelial function, the delicate inner lining of your arteries that determines how well your blood flows. Vitamin C adds another layer of protection by reducing inflammation and enhancing immune support. So skip the clear juice and instead eat the whole orange or blend it into a smoothie, pulp and all. Your blood vessels will thank you for it. Broccoli. Some people see broccoli as just another vegetable, but in functional medicine, we see it as a cellular repair tool. That's because broccoli contains sulforaphane, a compound that activates the body's own detoxification pathways, helping remove harmful toxins and shield the arteries from inflammation. This green powerhouse is also rich in both soluble and insoluble fiber, which support digestion and reduce post-meal blood sugar spikes. And with plenty of vitamin C and vitamin K, broccoli strengthens blood vessels and enhances your body's ability to heal after oxidative damage. Whether lightly steamed, sautéed in olive oil, or mixed into soups, broccoli is one of the easiest ways to gently protect your heart meal after meal. Avocado. Creamy, satisfying, and full of goodness, avocado is far more than a trend, it's a cardiovascular protector. Its monounsaturated fats support HDL cholesterol and help reduce the bad LDL that clogs arteries. But what makes avocado special for people with diabetes is its ability to improve insulin sensitivity. The fiber and healthy fats work together to slow digestion, ease blood sugar swings, and keep hunger in check. Plus, it's packed with potassium, which naturally relaxes blood vessel walls and lowers blood pressure without side effects. Use it in salads, spread it on whole grain toast, or blend it into smoothies. Just avoid adding sugar or artificial toppings. Let the fruit do its healing, just as nature intended. Lemon. Few things are as simple, or as healing, as fresh lemon. Beyond its bright flavor, lemon is an incredibly alkalizing food, which helps your body counteract the silent inflammation that fuels both diabetes and heart disease. Its vitamin C content is among the highest of any fruit, helping reduce oxidative stress, support immune resilience, and strengthen arterial walls. And when lemon is added to water, it also supports liver detoxification and improves digestion, crucial for anyone trying to absorb nutrients efficiently. Drinking warm lemon water in the morning can kickstart your metabolism gently, while also lowering the glycemic impact of meals that follow. Don't underestimate it. Sometimes the most powerful medicine is the one you've been ignoring at the back of the fridge. Now that we've explored the full healing toolkit nature offers, one question remains. What's your next move? Let's finish strong with a closing scene that will remind you why it's never too late, and how one small change might be all it takes. When George returned for his third appointment, he wasn't carrying a new lab report. He was carrying a bag of groceries. Red onions, garlic, kale, a small pouch of oats. He smiled and said, "Doc, I figured if it's working, I might as well keep going." And you know what? That quiet determination, that daily act of choosing better, is what real healing looks like. This journey isn't about overnight miracles. It's about giving your body the right signals, over and over again, until it remembers how to regulate, repair, and resist disease. And now, you've got everything you need to begin that process. You have the onion recipe, a warm, comforting dish that supports your blood sugar, reduces inflammation, and feeds your heart from the inside out. You have 15 powerful foods that don't just manage symptoms, but rebuild function. Foods that balance your insulin, clear your arteries, and protect your energy for the years still ahead. You don't need to overhaul your life overnight. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to begin. So tonight, instead of wondering if your body is breaking down, take one small action that builds it up. Open your kitchen drawer, slice that red onion, heat the pan slowly. Let the garlic, turmeric, and olive oil do what medicine sometimes can't. Work quietly with your biology, not against it. Then do it again tomorrow, and the next day. And before long, you may realize you're not tired all the time. Your numbers are holding steady. Your steps feel lighter. And your body is no longer something to fight, but something to trust again. If this message spoke to you, I invite you to do 3 things right now. Share this article with someone you love, someone who may be silently struggling just like you were. Try the recipe this week. Don't wait. Subscribe for more simple, science-backed strategies that work with your body, not against it, because you deserve more than survival. You deserve clarity, confidence, and the quiet return of hope. And I'll be right here, walking with you. Dr. Jonathan,